Welcome to our journey through the top 30 oil-producing countries in the world. Oil is one of the most critical resources powering economies, industries, and global trade. In this video, we will explore the top producers, their average production in barrels per day, BPD, and key insights into their oil industries. Stay tuned to learn how these nations shape the global energy market.
The information presented in this video is based on publicly available data and may be subject to change. See the description for full details.
Australia produces approximately 420,000 barrels per day, BPD, with production centered in the Carnarvon and Gippsland basins. The country focuses on offshore drilling and exports a significant portion of its oil to Asian markets, playing a smaller but stable role in global oil supply. 29. Ecuador produces around 481,000 BPD, primarily from the Amazon rainforest region. The country relies heavily on oil for export revenue, with PetroAmazonas and PetroEcuador being the major state-owned producers. 28. Malaysia produces about 567,000 BPD, with major reserves located offshore in Sabah and Sarawak. The national oil company, Petronas, plays a dominant role in both production and exploration, contributing significantly to the nation's economy. 27. Egypt, producing around 613,000 BPD, Egypt's primary oil fields are in the Western Desert and the Gulf of Suez. The Suez Canal also plays a strategic role in global oil transportation, making Egypt a crucial point in global energy logistics. 26. Indonesia produces 644,000 BPD, primarily from the Sumatra and Kalimantan regions. Formerly a member of OPEC, the country has shifted focus toward domestic consumption and renewable energy investments. 25. Azerbaijan, producing around 685,000 BPD, Azerbaijan's oil production is centered in the Caspian Sea. The Azeri-Chirag-Ganashli oil field, operated by BP, remains the primary contributor to the nation's oil exports. 24. Argentina produces 706,000 BPD, with the Vaca Muerta shale formation being a significant contributor. The country has recently expanded its focus on unconventional oil resources, making it a key player in South America's energy landscape. 23. Venezuela, producing approximately 731,000 BPD, Venezuela holds some of the largest proven oil reserves in the world, concentrated in the Orinoco Belt. However, production has significantly declined due to economic challenges and infrastructure issues. 22. India produces around 737,000 BPD, with key oil fields in Rajasthan and offshore in Mumbai High. The country relies heavily on imports despite its domestic production, making energy security a strategic priority. 21. Colombia produces 754,000 BPD, with the Llanos Basin being the primary production hub. Ecopetrol, the national oil company, plays a central role in both production and exports. 20. United Kingdom, producing 778,000 BPD, the UK's oil production comes mainly from the North Sea. Although production has declined from its peak in the 1990s, offshore drilling continues to play a significant role in the UK's economy. 19. Oman produces around 1.1 million BPD, with oil fields concentrated in Marmal and Harweel. Unlike its neighbors, Oman is not a member of OPEC but collaborates with the organization through OPEC Plus agreements. 18. Libya produces 1.1 million BPD and holds Africa's largest oil reserves. However, political instability has frequently disrupted production, with most oil fields located in the Sirte Basin. 17. Angola, producing 1.2 million BPD, Angola's oil production is centered offshore, with major fields in the Congo Basin. The country's economy heavily depends on oil exports, primarily to China. 16. Nigeria produces around 1.5 million BPD and is Africa's largest oil producer. The Niger Delta is the primary oil-producing region, but production is often affected by pipeline sabotage and oil theft. 15. Algeria, producing 1.5 million BPD. Algeria's main reserves lie in the Hassi Messaoud field. The state-owned Sonatrach controls most production and export activities, with gas being another key energy export. 14. Qatar. Qatar produces approximately 1.8 million BPD and is primarily known for its natural gas exports. However, its oil production from fields like Al Shaheen remains significant for global supply. 13. Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan produces 1.8 million BPD, with the Kashagan and Tengiz fields being major contributors. The country's oil industry has grown significantly due to foreign investments and modern infrastructure. 12. Norway. Producing 1.9 million BPD, Norway's oil production is focused in the North Sea, with the Johan Sverdrup field being the largest contributor. Norway is also known for its sovereign wealth fund, funded primarily by oil revenues. 11. Mexico. Producing 1.9 million BPD, Mexico's oil production is largely centered in the Gulf of Mexico. Pemex, the state-owned oil company, dominates the sector despite recent challenges in production decline. 10. Kuwait. Kuwait produces around 2.7 million BPD, with the Bergen field being one of the world's largest oil reserves. Kuwait's production is closely tied to its membership in OPEC. 9. Iran. Iran produces approximately 3.4 million BPD and has some of the world's largest reserves, primarily in the Awaz and South Pars fields. Sanctions have often limited Iran's oil exports despite its production capacity. 8. Brazil. Producing 3.6 million BPD, Brazil's oil industry is driven by offshore production from pre-salt reserves in the Campos and Santos basins. Petrobras, the national oil company, plays a central role in production. 7. UAE, the United Arab Emirates produces 3.8 million BPD, with most production coming from the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, ADNOC, and the Zakum field. UAE has been expanding its production capacity in recent years. 6. Iraq. Iraq produces around 4.2 million BPD, with the Rumaila and West Kurna fields contributing significantly. The oil industry remains vital for Iraq's economy despite political challenges. 5. China. Producing 4.7 million BPD, China is both a top producer and consumer of oil. The Daqing and Chongqing fields are among the largest producers. 4. Canada. Producing 5.5 million BPD, Canada's oil industry is heavily focused on oil sands in Alberta, with the Athabasca oil sands being the largest reserve. 3. Russia. Russia produces 10.7 million BPD, with key regions including Western Siberia and the Urals. Russia remains a critical global supplier despite geopolitical tensions. 2. Saudi Arabia. Producing 10.8 million BPD, Saudi Arabia is home to the Ghawar field, the world's largest conventional oil field. 1. United States. The U.S. produces 19.4 million BPD, primarily from the Permian Basin and Bakken Formation, making it the top global oil producer. Thank you for exploring the top 30 oil producers with us. Oil continues to shape economies and global energy policies. Which of these countries surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more global insights.es.